WrestleMania 41, Night 2 predictions. Already got part 1 up on the page, so check it out. But without further ado, let's get into Night 2. First up, we got the women's tag team title match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the champions, versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, the challengers. Now, this match doesn't really have a whole lot of hype behind it, but one of the underlying stories of this whole thing is, can Bayley and Lyra Valkyria coexist long enough for them to strip the titles away from Liv and Raquel? Now, it's no secret that Raquel is pretty much the anchor of the Liv and Raquel tag team, and she has yet to have her WrestleMania moment. And Bayley and Lyra, while they're both great wrestlers in their own rights, are they going to be able to coexist long enough for them to pick up the win? And they're going to have some pretty damn good spots and some innovative offenses, creative ways to put the pain on Raquel and Liv. But is that going to be enough to get them to win? I think there's going to be some shenanigans or some kind of miscommunication between the two, and that's going to end up costing the title with Liv picking up the win. So, yes, give me Liv and Raquel to retain. And this will reignite the feud between Bayley and Lyra.
You have the women's tag team championship match with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez going against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Me, I don't like this match because I feel like there's other women in the tag team division that could have had this spot. I didn't like this when I was watching the turmoil last week with the women, because it's like, yo, you literally have Bayley and Lyra Valkyria that just linked up, going against teams that's established and beating them. It's like, so what are you saying about the tag division when you got these two that can just click up and beat everybody? You know, and on top of that, it's like Lyra is still the women's Intercontinental champion. So it's like, do you really expect her and Bayley to win? I don't. I expect Liv Morgan and Raquel to win, and then you have the Bayley and Lyra Valkyria thing keep on going, or you reintroduce Roxanne Perez, where now it's a triple thing with Bayley and Valkyria versus Valkyria and Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. Like, you have that, but I don't know. I don't see no winning at all. I think this is the easiest match to call. I got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, man, with the dub.
Moving on. Next up, we got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Now, AJ says that his career is winding down. He's probably going to be in the business for 2 or 3 more years. So, with that being said, it would make sense for him to pick up the win in this one. But Logan Paul, he's been catching a few L's lately, and it would make sense for him to get this W as well. And we're all pretty much thinking the same thing. This probably is going to be the show stealer match of the night. We're going to see some drop kicking, high flying, technical, holy moment type of spots in this wrestling match. Now, the only other question is will there be some outside interference on the part of Logan Paul? And Karrion Kross just came back, what was it, last week, 2 weeks ago? So, I think the only difference here is, while we might get an interference from Karrion Kross, AJ's going to get one up on Karrion this time, which will carry on their feud after WrestleMania. But Logan Paul's going to ultimately take advantage and get the pin over AJ.
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. This might be the second or worst build up, but I think this will be a top 3 match on the card both nights. Depending on how much time they have, because Logan Paul, yeah, he's new, but he definitely got it. Like, he got it, right? And you can see he puts the effort in. By the way, like, just the way that he does things, right? And then you got AJ Styles, one of the top performers of all time. You could say top 10. You could say top 5. It all depends on what era you're from. But AJ Styles makes everybody look good, right? He does his part very, very well. And I feel like this is a match that won't be appreciated until after it's over. But I have a feeling that Karrion Kross is going to play a part here. Um, it's probably going to unlock something in AJ Styles. Like what Karrion always wanted with AJ Styles to be that tough, rugged AJ Styles of old, right? I think Karrion Kross is going to prove a point, or something's going to click with AJ Styles where it's like, yo, man, after this, you right. And he beats Logan Paul. Now, I don't know Logan Paul's record on WrestleMania, but Logan Paul, I feel like, is one of the guys that people want to see lose. So him losing to AJ Styles, not bad. But if you introduce carrying Cross into it, where AJ Styles is like controlled by carrying, makes it even better on the other side of the match. But I got AJ Styles winning, man.
Next up, we got the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio. Now, these pro wrestling streets is all saying the same thing. That regardless of the winner of this match, this is the one where nobody will be upset at the result. All four of these guys could win, and it'll make total sense. If you want to continue Braun Breaker's destructive championship reign, keep the strap on him. If you want to establish Penta as a major player in the WWE, put the belt on him. Finn Balor arguably needs a W more than anybody in this match because he hasn't had a definitive win or a title in so long. And Dom, he's the guy you love to hate. And what better way to cap off his career or to add his accolades than for him to have the Intercontinental title around his waist? But the underlying story here is the collapse of the Judgment Day. And I think that's ultimately is what's going to determine the result of this match. Now, we are going to get our holy moments from both Penta and Braun Breaker. And it's going to come down to who screws who over first. Is Dom going to end up seeing a spot and taking advantage? Or is Finn Balor going to end up getting the pin over Dominik Mysterio? I think that Dom goes for the coup de grace on either Penta or Braun Breaker. Well, maybe not Braun Breaker because regardless of him losing the title, you can still make him look strong by him not eating the pin. But yes, he goes for the coup de grace on Penta, and then Dom ultimately screws him over. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, that's my result for that match. Dom, he's getting the W in this one.
The Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. This is a good match as far as the names, but as far as the build up, it wasn't top five. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio. Now, I think Braun Breaker is not going to win. I think Penta may win, may not win. The reason why I say Braun Breaker, I don't think he's going to win because I think Braun Breaker is an afterthought if he's a mid carder. I feel like he got to go up there with the big dogs. You know what I mean? I feel like him being in the mid card does nothing for him. If anything, it just make people kind of forget about him, and he don't lose his aura, but it's like, oh, he's too talented to be down there. Let me not say down there, but to be in the mid, like he should be one of the top guys right now, or knocking on that door. Which I believe after this match, he lose the title, he won't even look back at the title. He'll just start moving up, right? Because you can have him going against Jay if Jay wins. You know what I mean? Penta, like I said, I can see him winning because like Penta's dope, and that can kind of stretch out the Dominik Mysterio Finn Balor beef because like Dominik wanted Penta down with the Judgment Day, and now it's like Penta won. It's like, come on, though, he could have been down with us. That's one thing. Finn Balor could win and just be like, yo, I'm better than the Judgment Day. Kind of like I'm the leader of the Judgment Day. Start pulling that type of stuff. Or Dominik wins, and if Dominik wins, it's like more like, all right, yo, dog, Finn, we don't even need to look at you as somebody that can lead us. Granted, there's no leaders, but it's like, dog, I'm the champion. Like, bow down to me, and that severs their ties right there. So I think when it comes to this match, it's really about Judgment Day, then the last stages of Judgment Day to me. I don't think it's about anything else. So I'm gonna have Dominik Mysterio win because I feel like Dominik Mysterio put in a lot of work, and I see him being the champion pushes him to another level, right? Where it's like, all right, we're gonna see how he does with this, and then once he's done with this, we're gonna see if he can be a main eventer. Because he's a Mysterio at the end of the day, and I feel like he gets better every time he has a chance. So I got Dominik winning that one.
Next up, you got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. And I'm really excited about this one because I'm interested to see how innovative and how creative they can get with these special stipulation matches, especially when it's no hold barred, when it's hardcore, how many different ways that these dudes can put the hurt and inflict pain on each other. Now, despite Drew McIntyre coming up short on major wins in the last, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 months, he is still a major player and a very, very big threat in the main event scene. Damian Priest, he is one more win away from being back in that world championship picture. Now, the only question I have here is who would hurt more from this loss? This might be a hot take, but I think that if Drew were to lose this match, I think it would all but bury him. And that's why I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre for this match. Give me Drew McIntyre picking up the W over Damian Priest in the Sin City Street fight.
Then you got the Sin City Street fight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. This is a feud that gets lost sometimes. Um, I know in the beginning when it was like Drew McIntyre was upset he got to go against Damian Priest or whatever, which I never understood because I'm like, yo, Damian Priest low key had like he was top 5 as far as 2024. Like Drew was top 5 too, but it's like you're going against another top 5 guy. You know, y'all don't really need championships to be over. But you know they might feel different. You know, I'm just saying based off what I see. When it comes to Sin City street fight. I don't see nowhere where Drew McIntyre wins this, right? Which would be crazy if he does win. I think that would get a lot crazy reaction. But Damian Priest, I feel like he was being the most disrespected out of the two, whether it's in the promos or online. You know what I'm saying? Damian Priest, people starting to look like not starting, but people trying to make it out like he was like some jobber or something. It's like, yo, it's Damian Priest, bro. Like, but I got Damian Priest winning this one, man. I don't see Drew McIntyre winning unless he gets help from somebody. And I mean, who knows with that?
Next up, you got the WWE Women's Championship triple threat match between the champion Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Bloody Ripley. You can keep the belt on Io, and that'll pretty much establish her saying, see, I can hang with the heavy hitters. I can still be in the conversation with the Bianca Belairs and the Rhea Ripleys. I belong here. You can put the belt on Bianca, and you can go multiple ways with that. Is you can have her slowly descend into a heel turn, or you could just have her reign until probably next WrestleMania, or at least until Survivor Series, where she would eventually end up getting cashed in on by whoever wins the Money in the Bank this year. Now, Rhea doesn't necessarily need the belt to get over. I mean, she's already over. She's arguably more over than Bianca and Io. But as far as the result of winning this match, my head says Io, my heart says Bianca. And the reason why my head says Io is because Rhea and Bianca, they are long overdue for their one-on-one dream match, and they're going to be too focused on each other, which would make Io take advantage. My heart says Bianca is because they're trying to build up that undefeated winning streak that Bianca has. I'm going to go with my heart. Go on ahead and give me Bianca Belair in this match.
Triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. You have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. This is the triple threat match that I said I can't call. And I think other than, you know, the men's triple threat match, with the women's triple threat match, you have the championship on the line, but also you have Io, who never lost to Rhea. You have Rhea that shows that she's kind of jealous of Bianca just because of who Bianca is. She's showing a little bit of that. And then you have Bianca, who has a losing record with both of them. So it's like, and then Bianca has the Naomi situation going. So it's like, you don't know who's going to really win here, right? Me, I think that if Io retains, you may get more stories out of it between all three. If Bianca wins, I feel like that would only bring in Jade and Naomi for at least a month or two. Whereas, like, all right, we might get heel Bianca. And then Rhea winning is like, all right, I expect Rhea to win because Rhea's mommy's on top. You feel me? But this is tough because I was saying Bianca all up until last night, right? And that's why I wanted to wait to make make my portion of the video, because Io Sky, this whole program being the afterthought, this and that, for her to lose after that, I feel like that's kind of not killing her character, because I feel like the people love her. She's in my top 5, and it's like she's not gonna really take a hit, but it's like the optics isn't too well with that, man. So I'm gonna go with Io Sky retaining, man. Bianca's gonna be distracted by whatever, and Rhea can't be Io. So you know what I'm saying. So I think Io's gonna walk out as the champion. And as much as I personally want Bianca to win, but I think Io's gonna win.
Next up, you've got Randy Orton versus a mystery opponent. Now, I made a separate video saying who I think he should face. A lot of people are saying that he should either face Nick Aldis or Solo Sikoa or even a returning Malachi Black. Me personally, I think it should either be Ilya Dragunov if he's healthy, which I don't think he is, or it should be a returning Rusev. But Smart Money's saying either Solo or Nick Aldis. But I mean, uh, it's hard to predict a match where you don't even know who's going to be wrestling. And I actually like to keep it that way. I like to keep it spoiler free. But I think regardless of who it's going to be, I think Randy Orton's going to get a WrestleMania moment and pick up the W. And finally, the main event of WrestleMania 41. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the GOAT, John Cena. Now, a lot of people are saying the same thing. It wouldn't make sense to have a complete John Cena heel turn and for him to not win this match. Because, especially with this being his last year too, because it's like, if you're going to do that, what's the point? Now, this is my only question. Does John Cena win this match clean? Or does he win due to some outside interference? Now, some people are saying that he should just outright squash Cody. It should be a complete ass whooping from start to finish, a la Brock Lesnar, John Cena back from 2012, 2013. I think it should at least be some kind of back and forth competitive, but John Cena should pick up the W. And I think that if we see any kind of interference, I think it's going to be from the final boss, The Rock himself. And there's also that theory floating around about Randy Orton interfering in this match, which would either have Randy Orton do a complete heel turn to go up against Cody Rhodes, or have him face off against John Cena and close the chapter on their feud since it's John Cena's last year. But yes, going ahead and give me John Cena picking up his 17th championship. But anyway, guys, that's my WrestleMania 41 Night 2 predictions. You guys let me know how I did and let me know what you think. Leave a comment. This has been the Dread Man from WWG, Wrestling with Greatness. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Now the one that everyone is talking about, the one that is driving this thing, you have the undisputed WWE Championship match with Cody Rhodes going against John Cena. Now, I felt like the build up to this match was above average. It wasn't fire, but it was above average. I think just because we only see John Cena maybe 3, 4 times. Two of the times he's just talking. Then you got Cody pulling up, just talking. Then we got the back and forth. It wasn't last. I don't believe it was last week, but we got the back and forth between the two, which was all right. Yeah, here we go. We got something here. And then last night on SmackDown, we got another one of those. Now, two of those times where he was talking mess back and forth, John Cena ended up getting hit with the crossroads, right? And if my logic is logicking, normally the people that have the upper hands on these shows going into the pay-per-view are losing. I got John Cena winning this because what's the point of John Cena going hell if he's going to lose? I think Cody's a great champion, but I feel like Cody chasing the championship is better, right? And that's not saying that he sucks as a champion, because I didn't say that. As just saying that his levels are high, where it's like, all right, him being a champion, oh, that's great, that's very great. You can rely on him and everything. He can have good programs with everybody, but him chasing that championship, it's just like a little more emotion from the fans that kind of rides with that. But other than that, like I said, I think John Cena is going to win. Everybody's not supposed to have the Roman like Reigns. They're not supposed to have the reign like Roman, man. Cody Rhodes being the champion for about a year is good enough. It's good enough, man. And then John Cena. It's not like he can't get it back before the year is out because this is John Cena's last year, right? After WrestleMania, he wins. You still got a couple more, PLEs to go through. So, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? I'll tell you what we gonna do. We gonna look at John Cena hitting that AA, that super AA. Might get some assist-ions. And I know a lot of people saying, yo, Stone Cold might come out help Cody. I think it'll be the opposite. I think Stone Cold come out and join The Rock. Because we're not going to see the end of Stone Cold. I don't know. That's just a thought. I'm halfway tired. You feel me? But yeah, man. I'm going to go with John Cena, man. John Cena. And I feel like this WrestleMania in Vegas is going to be a good one, man. I can't wait. Make sure y'all lock in. You feel me? The Hall of Fame was last night as well. I missed out. I was tired. So I might watch a few of those speeches a little bit later before WrestleMania Night 1 kickoff. But it's your man Kev Easy, man. WWG. Feel me? Me and Dread predictions. We gave y'all that. Now, what y'all think?